What's up everybody, Greg here with Lensprotogo and welcome back. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at a mini tripod for vloggers, the SwitchPod. Now you might have seen some videos and heard some buzz about this at the beginning of the year when they launched their Kickstarter campaign, which ended up being very successful, raising over $400,000. And I've had one of the original prototype SwitchPods for a while now, and I absolutely love it. Now, if you haven't heard about SwitchPod before, it's basically a mini tripod specifically designed for vloggers. From the ergonomics, the size, and durability, which I'm gonna cover all in a little more detail, along with some of the things that could be a little better and might see in version 2. So diving right in, first let's look at the build quality. It's made from an aluminum alloy and it's super lightweight, coming in under 11 ounces or 315 grams. The aluminum frame is also very strong, allowing you to mount whatever camera you want, from your phone to a small point and shoot like the RX100, any mirrorless cameras from Sony, Canon, Panasonic, or Nikon, as well as the bigger DSLRs like the famous Canon 1DX Mark II, and even bigger cameras like a Red, which would be pretty silly to vlog with, but it can handle the weight. So if you wanted to, you could. The design is really well thought out as well. There are some ridges for your fingers along the bottom and on the top edge here, so you can choke up if you want to get a really good grip. And it's angled to have your arm and wrist in a more comfortable position. It's a vertical hand grip, so your wrist can be in a normal position and then it slopes up and away from you. And this does two things. For one, it makes it so you don't have to hold your arm as high to get that more flattering higher angle, which can burn you out if you're doing that for a long time with a heavier camera. And then it also pushes it away from you, so you can get a wider shot, so it's not as tight up on your face and you get more of the surroundings around you and just that little bit of extra reach that you can't get when you're holding a camera in your hand. Some of the other little features is it has two 1/4-20 screw holes on either side of the handle, and this allows you to mount anything from a microphone or a light or anything else you want to rig off of the handle. There's also a 1/4-20 thread, which is pretty standard for almost all cameras, with a knob on the bottom for attaching the camera, so you don't need to have any tools. It's all built right into this. And with that, you can go straight into the camera, and that's gonna get you the most compact version of using this rig. You could add a quick release plate if you wanted to be able to pop it on and off quickly and go from a gimbal to the vlog mode to a tripod or something like that. And then lastly, you can mount a small ball head on the top of this, which is definitely gonna be needed if you wanna be placing this on uneven surfaces. If you already have your own ball head and you wanna use it with the SwitchPod, but it's a 3/8 on the bottom of that head, you can get one of these 1/4-20 thread adapters, which are super cheap and they're really handy to have, and you can adapt this 1/4-20 to a 3/8 to be able to mount that head. On the bottom of the SwitchPod, there's little rubber feet, which are gonna give a little bit of grip on surfaces, as well as not scratch surfaces like if you're putting it on the top of a car. It's not gonna damage the paint. It also uses magnets to hold it together in either vlog mode or in tripod mode. And being aluminum, it's not gonna break down and lose strength over time, something that the Gorillapod is known for. These joints get super weak, the rubber peels off, and you end up having to replace it. The SwitchPod should never have to be replaced. And the best part of the SwitchPod is how fast you can go back and forth from vlog mode to tripod mode. Literally in less than a second, you can flip it out into tripod mode and then right back just as quick. This is where there's a huge advantage over the Gorillapod. It's not getting in the way and taking time from shooting and creating. In the collapsed vlog mode, it's also super compact, which makes it great for traveling, easily slipping into a backpack, or getting clipped onto the side. And it's only about 1 inch by 1 inch and then 11 inches long, about the same as one leg of the Gorillapod. And it's a lot sleeker, so it's not gonna get caught on things as you're pulling it in and out of your bag. Now this thing is pretty great and by far, for me at least, the best vlogging tripod out there. But there are a few things to know about it and where it falls short. First is with the rigidity of it. It makes it really hard to balance on uneven surfaces or stick in weird locations like in a tree or attach it to a pole. So you definitely get a lot more flexibility and options with the Gorillapod for mounting, but I don't do too much of that anyway, so this works really great for me. And having that ball head is really all you need to just get that little bit of adjustment for your horizon and your tilt. Another downside of having a full metal build is that it can be a little bit noisy, especially when you're collapsing it back together from tripod mode. It's a quick spike which can easily be taken out in post as long as you're not talking over it, but it's an extra step and more work that you have to do. So I try to not go from tripod to vlog mode too often during a shot. And then lastly, the screw hole on the left side will move and face a different direction if you go into tripod mode. So if you're gonna mount a microphone or a light or something onto it, you're gonna wanna do it on the right screw hole. This makes the left one not super useful, but again, it's nice that it's there if you really need it. So that's the SwitchPod. Let me know your thoughts on this new vlogging tripod in the comments down below and what you might like to see from a version 2. If you want to grab one for yourself, head on over to switchpod.co. The link will be in the description down below, and they are shipping them right now. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for new videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next one.